Guys, welcome to Know How To. My name is Amit and you are watching the Angular 8 series. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the Angular components. So this is the first video of Angular component. We'll discuss only the basics of Angular components over here, and in our further videos, we'll discuss the nested components, how to create components, and how to communicate between two or more components. Okay. Now, to get the latest update, please subscribe our channel Know How To. So let's go to Visual Studio, and this is the project that we had created in our previous video, right? And before jumping into the component concepts, I would like to tell you one more thing about the ngnew command. And one of the most important property of Angular CLI is dry run. Okay, so how to do dry run and how to check the files that are going to be created from a particular command, that we'll see. So let's open the terminal, because if you remember, we had created our new Angular app through terminal or command prompt only, right? So let's type the command ngnew app. Okay, let's say app name. So this is the command that is going to create a new project, right? And if I am going to keep the flag, a new flag as D, which states that it is a dry run, then what it is going to do, it is going to report the number of files that are going to create in this particular command, via this particular command. Okay, so the question is, would you like to add Angular routing? Let's say yes, I would like to add the Angular routing. And which kind of style sheet format? Let's say CSS. And then it will tell you that these many files will get generated from this particular command, and it is at the end it is showing a particular note that the dry run files means no change were made, right? So these are the files that are going to get generated. So in this one, you can see it is going to generate readme file, editor config, getignore, angular jsn, package jsn, tsconfig jsn, browser list, tslint, karma, tsconfig. So all these files are those files that we had already discussed about, right? So here you can see that for test also it is generating some of the files. And if you don't want to generate the test files, then what you can do, for example, here if you see, here it is generating end-to-end test protector config.jsn and app.e2e spec.ts. So I had already told you that spec files are the test files, right? So if you don't want to generate the test files, then what is the command that you need to give? Then that command is ngnew, let's say app demo skip test. For skip test you need to write st, okay, -st and -d for dry run. So if I'm going to press the enter button, then it is going to ask me if you want to add Angular routing. Yes. Which kind of CSS file? I want CSS file. Then see over here, it is going to show you, again it is a dry run, it is going to show you that which kind of files are going to generate, and there are no changes made. And in these two commands you can see that here test files have not been generated, right? So this is how you have to apply this dry run command, and this you can use this dry run command in other commands also, right? So now we'll go to component discussion. Okay, so what are the components? So when you are creating a new Angular app, then this app folder will get created, and inside this app folder you will get app component.ts, and this is a root component of this Angular application, as I had already told you, right? So what are component classes? So components are the basic building blocks of Angular application, and these components are basically a JavaScript class, and these are made up of three things. The first one is this template, which is over here, as you can see that I had defined a particular template into this file, component file, and apart from that, the second thing of which the component made up of is this class decorator. So class is the other thing, and the third one is component decorator. So this is a particular decorator which is defined by @ symbol. Okay, so these are the three things from which a component is made up of. Okay, so we'll discuss about these three things one by one. So in this component file, so it is a basic TypeScript file. So the file name will be app.component.ts, where the app is the prefix that we had already seen in the Angular JSON file, where the prefix was written as app. So that's why the file name is coming as app.component.ts. It is a component file, that's why the name is component, and it is a TypeScript file. That's why the file extension is .ts. Right now, in this one, you have to import the component first from the @Angular core library. Right, so this import keyword, what it is going to do, it is going to import the component from the Angular core library, and after importing this, you can use this component keyword into this particular file. So this is how we import a particular library from or a particular module from a library. Right, so this import keyword you are going to see many times in this Angular app. So apart from that, so this component, it is a decorator, and this is the add component decorator, which is going to add metadata to this particular file. Okay, so it is going to tell you about the particular file and how to use it. Right, so once you are going to mark a class as add component deco with a add component decorator, then that particular class is going to be a component class. Right, agree? So now in this add component decorator, so it will tell you that it is a type decorator. Right, import decorate import component that we had already imported. Right, now inside it there is one selector. So what is a selector? So selector is basically a name, a particular name, which tell you that if you are going to use this particular component file in one of the HTML, then this you can use this selector as the directive over there. Right, so if you go to index.html file, which is my main entry point of the HTML files, over here you can see that I am using app root as the directive. So app hyphen root, so this is the selector that I had mentioned into the this component class. Right, so basically wherever it is going to find this app root directive, there it is going to insert the template that is written into this component file. So for example, in index.html, I am using this app root directive. So once the Angular compiler is going to know that this app root directive is written inside this app component.ts, so it will go into app component.ts, and it is going to replace this app root directive with the template file of this component. So the template URL is app component.html. This is a particular URL, template URL. So you can directly go to the app component.html file, and here we had mentioned all the data that we want to display via this component. Right, so in app component.html, this is the CSS files that we had added. Apart from that, you can see here we have welcome message, and if you scroll down, you can see there is this title app is running. Right, so if you are going to open the terminal, so to open the terminal in VS Code, what you have to do, you have to go to the view and then click on terminal and write the command ng serve open. So it is going to take some time, and what it is going to do, ng serve command, it is going to build my project, and it is going to run the server, and it will open it in the browsers at the default port, which is 4200. Right, so let's wait for it, and after some time, once it is going to finish, it will open our project. Okay, so this is the welcome message which is going to be displayed over here, and we can see this welcome message is in the HTML file which is here, right? This is the welcome message, and here you can see this is the two-way winding, this angular braces. Okay, and here I am telling to the angular that please bind the value of title over here and app is running. This is the sentence that will append with this title. So in the browser you can see Angular demo app is running. So all this HTML data is coming from app.component.html file. If you see the value of this title, this is coming from the app component.ts file, and inside this export class app component we are binding the title to this particular property, right? So this title is the property of my class attribute. Okay, so so what is a template? So template is basically a UI file to which a user is going to interact, right? So here instead of a template URL you can mention a template also. The syntax of that will be like this: template h1, yeah, h1, and with the closing braces h1 hello title. So here again I am binding the title. Okay, so it will take the value of this title property and it will bind over here, right? So this is how you can create a template. Okay, you can create an inline template as well as you can create it in the another file, and you can uh, show it into the app component.ts file with the template URL, right? So now as of now I'm going to delete this template. And one more thing that ngserve command is going to do is that whenever you are going to make any change and you are going to save, then it will refresh the browser and it will build those files again, right? So for example, let's say what I did, if I'm going to, yeah, if I'm going to make a let's say I had written a blank line over here, and if I'm going to save, then you can see in the terminal that it has compiled the files again, it has built it, and the browser has been refreshed. So this is how ngserve work. Okay, apart from that, what is style URLs? So it is the style sheet. So basically it is the reference of the style sheet, so which is the file is here. So as you can see, the name of the file is appcomponent.css file, and the reference of this file is in the style URLs, right? So what this dot slash refers, so basically if you are in the same hierarchy, then you have to use a single dot, and if you are going into a parent hierarchy, if you are referring to the parent hierarchy, then you have to write double dots. We will discuss about this in more detail in our further videos, right? So if you are in the same hierarchy, then you have to use dot slash. So for example, I am in the app component.ts file, and if I am going to refer to app component.html file which is in the same hierarchy, then I have to use single dot and the file name. This is how a reference is being defined into Angular, right? And next, uh, what is this export keyword and what is this class keyword? So this class keyword is similar to a C# class or a Java class, right? So basically there in C# or in Java, a class used to have methods and properties, where methods we used to define the logic to display into the UI, and in properties we used to define the data that needs to be binded to the UI, right? So similar to that one, the Angular class is also going to have some of the methods and some properties. right? And what is this export keyword? So this export keyword, we are going to use it on the class attribute, so that the properties and methods that we are going to define into this class, we can export it to some other modules, and we can import this particular app component class into some other modules, right? So we are using this export keyword, right? And the name of this particular class is app component class, right? So as you had already seen that this is one of the property, title property, and I am going to bind this title property in app component.html file over here, you can see, right? So this is how you have to bind the properties and how to use the import as well as export keywords, right? And in index.html file, if you are going to use a particular selector as directive, then Angular will replace this directive with the corresponding template file, and it will show the data on the UI with respect to that particular template file, right? So this is how this is what a component is in Angular, and we'll see, yeah, so how to write or how to generate another component. So for that one, we'll see the commands in our further videos, right? So it is all about component in Angular, and here we had already seen the options with the ng-new command. You can dry run it, or you can skip test also while creating a new Angular app. And this is all about Angular components. So a Angular component is made up of three things: template, class, and decorator. And we had already discussed about all these three things. And next is interview questions, right? So these are some of the basic interview questions that has been asked many times in different interviews, right? So the first question is how to check the files that will get generated by an Angular CLI command. So here we have to use the dry run flag, and in that one it is not going to generate the commands, sorry, it is not going to generate the files explicitly, but it is going to tell you that, or it is going to report those files that I am going to generate these files, right? The second question is what are components in Angular? So components are normal TypeScript classes with the three main files I had already told you. And the third question is what is a root component in an Angular app? So the root component is app component, right? And inside a particular root component there will be n number of components as per the requirement of our Angular app, right? So what is a decorator? So decorator, as I had already told you, that inside our Angular app, you can see inside this app component.ts file, this is the Angular decorator, at component decorator, which I am going to use here. And what it is going to do, it is going to provide some of the metadata related with this particular file. And before using this decorator, we have to import this decorator from Angular core library, right? And the last question is what is the difference between template and template URL? So by using template inside a component decorator, you can create inline template file, right? Inline template basically you can create, and by using template URL you can create a separate file as HTML file, and you can take and give the reference into this component decorator and you can use it. Okay, so this is the main difference between template and template URL. So basically once you are going to create our Angular application, then there will be a number of files which are going to get generated. So in that case, to make the code reusable, we are going to use template URL instead of template, right? So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, know how to, and you can find out so many amazing stories on our blog also, so you can follow over there also, and like our Insta channel as well, right? Thank you and happy coding.